Hi guys, welcome to honeystocks.com video, and as you can see, today's video is about how to follow the stock market money train. Now, the concept isn't a difficult one. It's really about how to follow where you should be in the market at any given time. When one market starts to decline, other markets start to move. So what I'm going to do is show you exactly how you can use this information to make more profits in the stock market. Now, first thing, as always, please pause the video, make sure you're comfortable with that before proceeding. So I suppose the question is, how exactly do you follow Wall Street? Really, when I talk about Wall Street and the big money, I'm talking about the likes of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan's, all the hedge funds, all the investment banks. That is what I would call the collective big money. They're the big fish that control what happens on Wall Street, and obviously they are consumed by profits. Just like you and I, we want to make as much money as we can, but obviously the big money are just doing it on a far bigger scale. Now, I'm going to walk you through a couple of charts very, very quickly, and then I'm going to show you a really cool tool, which is free, that you can use to follow how to move into each different market. Now, first chart, I'm just going to quickly walk you through. Now, I've removed all the technical indicators. I don't see the point in, clouding the chart with a lot of information that won't make sense. But what we're really looking at here now, this is the S&P 500 ETF SPY. Now, what we're focusing on here is this drop here. Now, obviously, we can see in the past the S&P 500 fell off a cliff. At time of recording, this is October 2019. This is August 2019. The drop that we've seen previously here was back in October 2018. Now, when we see drops in the market, like the S&P 500, which is the most important index along with the Dow, when those markets start to drop, what that means for the stock market is all of the individual components within the stock market will drop. Now, when I talk about individual components, I'm meaning the stocks. So if the S&P 500 drops massively, you can expect Apple, Amazon, Microsoft, Boeing, all of the stocks to drop with it. So although you might be out there picking the right stocks, if the market is dropping, it doesn't matter what your stock is looking like, your stock is going to drop as well. So what we need to do when we have drops in the stock market like this, there are ways that we can look to profit from this. Now, this goes back to the big money. What are the big fish doing? Now, when we see drops, we can look to other areas. Now, this is just an example. So these are Treasury Bonds. So it's no coincidence to me that when we've seen the drop over the last week in the stock market, it's no coincidence that Treasury Bonds are rising massively. Now, all that is that's a signal to us is it's time to get a little bit defensive. So when the market starts to get defensive, the big money start to move into these areas that a lot of closed-minded traders that just focus on the same stock over and over, the guys out there that just keep going back to the same markets all the time, that they're very one-dimensional. Wall Street loves that. But when you have the flexibility of understanding that you can profit from other areas of the market, you just really need to know where to look. And that just kind of brings me on to the really cool free tool that can be used. Me personally, I have a bank of charts that really tell me everything I need to know. So I don't need to use the tool that I'm about to show you. But I know there's a lot of you out there that are maybe trading on a budget. You're maybe trading with small accounts. Maybe if you've got a big account, it's still super useful. So the tool that I really just want to bring to your attention today is FinViz. Now, I don't have any affiliation with this company. I just think they have a really cool a bit of software that is worth using. Like I said, it's free, so why not use it? So this is what FinViz looks like. Now, you can actually go in and you can just have a look at the map. You can actually look at, the S&P 500. You can see what stocks are moving. But in order to determine what areas of the market are moving at any one time, especially at a time when the stock market is declining, this was screenshotted during the drop that we've had recently. And if you have a look, we can see that, well, first off, gold is moving higher. So again, that's a defensive play. Because gold is moving higher, the gold ETFs are starting to move, the GDXs. You could also look towards the gold companies. Here we've got the bonds, so the chart that I just showed you, TLT, we can see quite clearly that's had a massive week. So it just pays to understand. Obviously, you've got all the inverse ETFs. When the market's declining, you can also look towards the inverse ETFs. Volatility is rising as well, so you could potentially look to take advantage of that. But obviously, this is just one component of the stock market, one tool that can help you a little bit. There's so much to it. And it really comes down to having a strategy in place. Now, I'm not a day trader. I'll just get that out there just now. I don't like to be in stocks for little $1 or $2 moves or 50-cent moves. I'm not trading penny stocks. I really want to be in stocks and be in them for as long as they're paying me. I don't see the point in removing myself from a position when it's paying me. I think that's pretty logical. So my time horizon for my trades is generally weeks to months, and that is essentially what I teach my client group. I'm currently registered with the CMT Association. I'm working my way towards my chartered status at the moment, if that gives this information any bit of credibility. But I think that the one thing that you probably need to understand, guys, is you don't want to be playing on Sesame Street. You want to play on Wall Street. Although you can never beat Wall Street, you can maybe perhaps learn to just get along with Wall Street. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We like to upload maybe once or twice a week. We did a bit of an experiment last week, uploading every day, but I just don't have the time for it. But if you want to take it a step further, maybe if you struggle a little bit with your trading, please check out our website, honeystocks.com. See what it is that we do. We'd love to hear from you. But thank you very much for watching.